Howdy, y'all, and good morning. I am your general manager, the Big Lendowski, leader of the Nihilists, and future Fellowship of the Brass Ring World Heavyweight Champion. Now, this is the first in a series of videos I'll be doing announcing the card for each pay-per-view. I'm not going to bother to do every Raw, SmackDown, and NXT show because ain't nobody got time for that. But without further ado, here is the first card for the Fellowship of the Brass Ring Fantasy League, and who will be going head-to-head with who. The first match on the card will be Becky Lynch versus Natalya. This is a non-title match, which puts the Heart Puncher Ox Saunders with Becky Lynch versus the Mexicutioner with Natalya. One of these two will be the first person in the Fellowship of the Brass Ring to win points, and the other will be the first to lose points. Coming out of this match, one of these people will be negative points since we're all starting off at 0. I find that very funny, and I'm excited to see who winds up with the negative points. The second match is a title match. Now, if you read my rules and regulations that I've typed up in the spreadsheet I've sent you guys, title matches are worth double points. So the first ever double point title match for the Fellowship of the Brass Ring Fantasy League puts The Miz, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Make Him Great Again, Darren Young. This puts the Jewel versus the Mexicutioner. So hopefully Mexicutioner will be able to get some points back in case he gets some negative points in the prior match. Third match of the night, also a... damn it, cat. I wish I could edit these videos. Third match of the night is another title match worth double. This puts Rusev, your United States champion, versus my boy, the Long Island Broski, Zack Ryder. What that means for our fantasy league is that puts Josh, you're going down Rollins, versus your general manager, the Big Lendowski. The fourth match for Battleground is going to be the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman, in their final match on the same card, considering that they've been drafted to different brands, versus the New Day, your WWE World Tag Team Champions. What that means for the thread is it is your general manager, the Big Lendowski, versus Colton Cabana. And like I said to Josh earlier, Colton Cabana, you are going down. Next match of the night is a match that WWE has hinted might be the last time we see them for a while until they drafted them both to the same brand. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. What this means for the thread is that this will be Colton Cabana with Kevin Owens versus the Jewel with Sami Zayn. This should be interesting because this feud has been going on for a while, ever since their NXT days and even before that, and we'll see what the future holds with this feud. But for now, this will be an interesting match. The following match is the women's tag match, putting Sasha Banks and To Be Determined versus Charlotte, your women's champion, and Dana Brooke. What this means for the thread, which I find very, very exciting, is Heart Puncher Ox Saunders with Sasha Banks and a to-be-determined partner in the thread. We have no idea who will be Sasha Banks' partner. It could be somebody we've already drafted, and if what I've been reading and hints are true, it could be Nikki Bella, which none of us have drafted. So we'll see where this goes. I'm kind of excited to see this goes. But anyway, this will be the Heart Puncher Ox Saunders with Sasha Banks and To Be Determined versus the Big Lendowski with Charlotte and the Jewel with Dana Brooke. If nothing else, if these matches, even the ones I'm less than interested in, and not to say I'm not interested in this match, but just in general, this puts a big interest for me on all these matches, and I'm super excited to watch and tune in and tally up the points after the pay-per-view. And after the pay-per-view, I will be releasing a video announcing who has won points, who has lost points, and what the order is leading into Monday. The penultimate match for the night of Battleground will be John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Colin Cassidy versus AJ Styles and the Club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Now, since they were drafted to different brands, I'm just associating the Club with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows going forward, since AJ Styles is separate from them. What this means for the thread is that we have Nathianity in his first ever match in the Fellowship of the Brass Ring Fantasy League, and the Heart Puncher Ox Saunders with Enzo and Cass versus the Jewel, who has AJ Styles, and Heart Puncher Ox Saunders, who has the club. I'm very excited for this match in particular because this is probably the first of many times this is going to happen where somebody goes against themselves. You either have an opportunity to win 10 points or lose 5 points, or depending on what kind of match it is. So I'm excited to see where Heart Puncher Ox Saunders winds up on, what end of this match she winds up on. And now your main event for the WWE Battleground pay-per-view is going to be Dean Ambrose, your WWE champion, versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. What this means is the first ever main event for the Fellowship of the Brass Ring puts the Big Lendowski and Dean Ambrose versus Josh Rollins and Seth Rollins versus Colton Cabana and Roman Reigns. Again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Josh Rollins, Colton Cabana, you are going down. Now that I've listed all the matches, I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys participating in this thread, and I appreciate you guys participating in this fantasy league. I am very, very excited to continue this and to see where this goes. Obviously, we're going to have some changes in the future when we see what works, what doesn't work. But overall, I am very, very excited to finally kick off our fantasy league that we've all worked hard. That draft was not easy. I know people were at dinner, certain people were at work, and so we nailed it. That draft took 3 hours, which I think in the text or email I said it might only take 30 minutes. Didn't realize how long it would take, but it was awesome. I was very excited. So going into the future with this fantasy league, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see who gets points. I'm excited to see some trash talking starting between the people, who's going to win points, who's going to lose points. And utmost, I am excited because I will be the Fellowship of the Brass Ring World Heavyweight Championship after SummerSlam. That is my match against Colton Cabana and whomever has the most points at the time. It will be a triple threat match depending on who has the most points, but if I have the most points, which I probably will because, I have the best team, it'll be the Big Lendowski versus Colton Cabana. As your fair but strict general manager, leader of the Nihilists, and future Fellowship of the Brass Ring World Heavyweight Champion, I bid you adieu.